we go. Okay, so the session is entitled, oh, the heck, can we get up here? There we go. Okay, how to promote your website. It's search engine optimization and more, and we're going to get underway. Who am I? It's basically, you can find out who we are by subscribing to all our social media. In fact, that's one of the first things that I'm going to suggest everyone write down, and that is you can go to our social media on ICIWorld. In fact, I thought I had that on here. Let's just do it this way here. Open up a new window. I'm going to go down to the bottom of the page, and you'll see our social media down here. This is part of search engine optimization, marketing, inbound lead generation, and there's some very special things coming up for the industry within the next week or two, which I'm going to tell you about some events that will be teaching how to promote your website, how to promote your business, how to generate leads, and how to have special landing pages, all kinds of things where you can be getting information from people who are looking to buy and sell real estate and capture that information from your website so that you can be doing business with them and develop business relationships with people to do business. In the meantime, you can keep in touch with us because we send out circulars, information, tips, tricks, ideas, concepts, and we use social media to send them out. So I'm going to let everyone that's listening to this go to our ICIWorld.com page, go down to the bottom, click on LinkedIn, and on LinkedIn, try to connect with us, and we will respond accordingly. Facebook, the same thing. You want to click on like. That way you'll get the odd circular from us. We don't do a lot of things, but when we do, it's usually important. I try to only do things that are important, that can have value. On Twitter, you want to click on follow, and we're a good one to follow because I put a lot of ideas and different things in the world that could affect our members and be of interest, and I'd like all your feedback on all of these things too when you see them from time to time. On YouTube, you want to also subscribe to receive the latest videos that we're putting up on YouTube, where we do sometimes different interviews with different people, all real estate related, business related, and developing and coaching and mentoring and helping licensed real estate people do business. The same thing with Google+. When you finish doing those 5, if you've marked all that down, these are important to have on your website. I'm recommending that every one of you mark this down, that on your websites you should have the social media showing. Now, if you do not have the social media showing on your own website, book an appointment with our office. The telephone number to book an appointment for our office is 416-840-6227, and you can book that appointment at any time. And they have our calendars so that we can actually help you with any issue that you have, and tell them which issue you're working on, because we are going to be having other assistants doing some of this training and website workshop business that we're doing and helping all of you. And then after you've done that, go to the top of this page and you're going to see something else called media. In the media, you're going to see that we also have a YouTube channel here. Click on the YouTube channel and you can see what's going on. There's also a TV program that we have started where we record these TV programs, and the newspaper, which I'm going to suggest that you subscribe. Mark that down. ICIWorld newspaper. When you do the newspaper, this also will contain tips, tricks, ideas, how to promote your website. But in addition to that, you'll see that you can subscribe on the right-hand side over here. I recommend that you always click on the business category of the ICIWorld newspaper. And you're going to get all kinds of articles in the business. And some of these articles, there's ways that you can make up little snippets of information in your own words and put them out in your newsletters, which is part of search engine optimization, triggering calls to come to your website. By having a blog with articles of interest in real estate, you can get ideas on some of these things from the ICIWorld newspaper. And you'll see there's different things that go on. Home remodeling expected to be post strong, 5 tips selling a home before buying another. All of these little things are going to be coming through to you, and including just other items of interest that might be. There should always be something of interest in every single newspaper, at least one article that makes it valuable to see something. Otherwise, you let me know But we try to make sure that that's been the case, and other brokers have said, yes, that's sort of been the case. And all of these items coming in on the newspaper, so subscribe to that. Now, in addition to that, there's one more thing that you should also subscribe to, and that happens to be the blog. Now, the blog is up here. You simply click on that, and you'll see that on the right-hand side, you can get the ICIWorld post sent directly to your email. You just put your email address in there, and you can subscribe. Now, you'll notice we don't send out a lot of blogs, but when we do, they can be very, very important. That was the last blog, which was, about 3 weeks ago for Season's Greetings. By the way, there's some very fun video that you can see there, and some nice things being said in some of these videos. You can see them. One recording by Elvis Presley. It was just very, very nice. And how to appreciate life and be thankful for what we have, by the way. We're actually very, very well off in the world, and if you listen to some of those videos, you'll see why. The widgets for websites, the newsletters, the security on an internet, so important. People are missing it and getting into trouble. By golly, we've put a little blog about that and how you can learn how to be safer. It's learning how to be safer using your computer, checking your spam folder. All these other things have been put into this blog, and then if you subscribe to it, you'll get the latest. Again, we try not to waste your time. It's strictly items of interest. And so that's a pretty hefty statement coming right off the bat, learning about how to promote your website. We're talking about social media. These are inbound links. Every single one of you has a sphere of influence of up to 200 people or more or less, 100 to 1,000 or whatever. That is a sphere of influence for every one of you. And if you're interacting with that sphere of influence that you have, that means people will be interacting with your social media. When they do things like LinkedIn and in Facebook, you should have a fan page with your business and your website link there. When people come to it, if you have the ultimate website in the world, whether it's, we're suggesting one of the ones we supply, the websites, we say it's one of the most powerful websites on the planet Earth, because you could have a $30,000 website and it's not as powerful. It's not the design of the website, it's the links to listings on the website to exclusive information that's not on MLS, as well as MLS on your website. It's having commercial and residential. Even though you're a residential agent, the other links can trigger leads, and some people wonder why they're not getting many leads. Could it be that you don't have enough listings on your website to begin with? And we can show you how you can have an extra 30,000 with the little widgets that can go on your existing website. And then if you have one of these other websites, we can explain later why that's important, because it automatically delivers information to customers and clients for you on your behalf automatically when something new comes in. Another way of triggering more people coming to your website is provide good little services from your website to them that are free. So if you have a website that sends out listings free, that's wonderful, because it'll automatically send out an email to your customer, and if they see something they like, they give you a call and they say, I'd like to go see this home tonight at 7 o'clock. I just got your email and I'd like to see it. That's the kind of thing that can help trigger leads. You've got to have all of this working for you. By the way, people, if there's anything that you don't understand as we're going through here, please just unmute yourself, stop me, and ask the question, because if you're thinking it, I can be assured that other people are thinking it as well. All right, let's move on. So yes, we've been working with licensed real estate brokers for many, 20 years actually, and we've gone through the school of hard knocks, and it's all based on what triggers leads, how can you get into a showing to make money. That's what we're concentrating on and focusing on, and some of this means providing some free service to your customers to get them engaged so that you can develop business relationships with them that can lead to doing deals. And because you have the ultimate in websites, by having all the listings on your website, you really have some value to offer by having both exclusive and MLS information. This is all cutting edge technology. It's coming together so smooth with all the mobile technology, and that's the next thing. Mark this down. You must have a mobile website. If you don't have a mobile website, you're going to be missing out, people. All the ones that have even a .2 website, in the beginning, they were not mobilized. If you want to get them mobilized, just make an appointment with our office and we can get your website mobilized. The reason for that is that people use their mobile devices 5 times more than they use their computer. People are on their mobile devices all the time, and if they can go to your website and search all the exclusive listings, all the MLS listings, commercial, residential, buyers and sellers, and they can search all this stuff through your website real fast, quick, and easy with color photos, slideshow displays. This is wonderful. This technology is incredible. One time I know people used to spend $25,000 to convert pictures just to get them onto their website back in 1999. Today it's all being done. The websites are $199 a year and our membership renewals are $319. So it's very, very reasonable to have all of this being done. Now, all of the things that we're saying, we really do appreciate your input and feedback. Keep in mind, we are your assistant. In other words, whatever we're saying today, whatever we're recommending, it's because we've been assistants to a lot of people and we're happy to be assistants to you, but you are the final judge on how you run your business. You are the CEO and we are your assistant. So please take everything in that sense that we're simply making recommendations to people as we go along to the best of our ability, and we go from there. And of course, everyone must and should know our pledge that everyone should be generating leads every 90 days. If you are not generating leads every 90 days, you must call us so that we can train and show and point out where things can be improved. Sometimes we need a few minutes to go in and study it with you, to analyze and see your website, to see if there's a problem, and to see your listings, to see if there's a problem. Almost 100% of the cases we find holes that we can plug, problems either in the listing, sometimes not the right categories, no price ranges. It's just amazing how sometimes we find these things. So you want to pay attention to detail when you're putting in your listings, because there's a responsibility on your part as the people online, but also the whole industry, the whole real estate industry. Take responsibility for your information, make sure it goes in proper categories, make sure the right things are checked in the appropriate business areas, etc. Otherwise, you can easily be missing doing deals and not even realize it. I won't even ask you because I know you're agreeing with that. Everyone agrees that it's very easy to be missing doing a deal and not realize it. If you're in the wrong category, people don't even see your listings. We've got that happening. And then with the websites, it's the same thing. You go and search your website. We recommend that you, everyone, check their websites a minimum of once a month. Log into it. Look after your to-do list. We've got salespeople that have let their websites go. You know, when you have a problem in a car and you got a problem with electronic ignition, you do not abandon the car. You go and you get it fixed. If you have a flat tire, you don't abandon the car. You go get it fixed. Well, we're sort of like a doctor. If you have something wrong, even health-wise, you go to a doctor, you get it fixed. The same thing is true. If you're not triggering leads every 90 days to do business, you give us a call and give us a chance to kind of help you. And we have methods of now analyzing better than we've ever had before to know what it takes to kind of trigger leads using the internet. So that's our commitment and our pledge. Give us a chance to always help you if you're not triggering leads. By the way, I can open this up to questions anytime. You're welcome to unmute yourself and ask questions. Now, I often say that, you know, there's good news and bad news starting here. The bad news is, yes, there is something to learn. And however, once you've learned it, the initial getting aboard with ICIWorld, after that, it's actually easy because you don't have to study it all over again. You don't have to set your website up again. It's already set up. Once you put your information, it's on. The only thing you do have to do are 3 things. Number 1, you must log in to your website a minimum of once a month. You must. If you do not, your website can actually go inactive. Your domain name can accidentally expire. All of these things, people, are happening to members. I'm seeing it happen. It's just sort of like terrible what I see happening. It's money slipping from people's fingers. It's opportunities being lost. So here you have this opportunity to trigger leads and your website doesn't even show up. That's terrible. Or you go to your website, you click on maybe GTA listings or Florida listings, and nothing is showing up somehow because the handshakes weren't done. Something got messed up. The internet, there's glitches. You've got to check your website. It's just like checking things in your car. If the red light goes on, you got to fill it up with oil. And that's probably too far gone if you have to see the oil light. You should be checking on a maintenance issue. The same thing as driving a car. You should be checking your website as well.
Gary, can I ask you a question? It's Heather.
Yes, Heather, by all means.
Can you go over that handshake, how to do the handshake agreement again, please?
Yes. When you log into your website, you will see a to-do list. In fact, everyone should mark this down. It's called a to-do list. And in that to-do list are several items. You should be updating your personal contact information. And when you go on your contact information, there is a spot, people, when you go into your personal profile to fill in all of the social media sections. But one of the things on the to-do list is called a handshake. These are other brokers who have already agreed to allow their listings to be on your website. So the advantage that every one of you have is that you have more listings coming aboard on a regular basis from other brokers every day, and those listings automatically update themselves on your website every single day. New listings daily. People, you should mark this down. Tell your customers to come back every week because you've got new listings. You got 50 to 150 new listings coming onto your website every single day automatically by other brokers who have agreed to allow their listings to be on your website. Now, the handshake within the Point 2 site that we distribute to you, we're an official distributor of the Point 2 agent website. We're an official educator. We're also the first line of support for that website, but you have two levels of support, and sometimes we delegate other things that Point 2 can do very easily and sometimes better, graphical little things and stuff like that. But the design of it, the concept of it, the links on it, those are things designed, links supplied by ICIWorld, links designed from your whole industry so that you've got your own real estate board and all of that. But the Point 2 agent handshakes come from Point 2 agent. There's over 300,000 real estate people in North America that are using these websites, agreeing to allow their listings. And today, I've got something to announce that over the next 1, 2, 3 years, people, I'm suggesting that all of you may want to consider having a Florida link. If you're in Ontario, having a Florida link. People can search Florida from your website now. And when you get a call, you simply do a referral. And so if anybody wants to discuss that concept, please do. We'll do it after today's session, not today. But wouldn't that be nice? People can see if you want a home in Fort Lauderdale or Clearwater or wherever you want to be in Florida. Would it be interesting that you can tell people, go to my website, and you could be in Canada, and bingo, they could be seeing properties in Florida, and you end up doing a referral down there. The Florida brokers will get very excited to do the handshakes with you, and that's going to be a case of we'd like to go down to, our intention is to go to Florida and promote it. We've already been to a few seminars and done some down there, Greater Tampa Bay Real Estate Board and others, and we want to go right through the whole state of Florida making presentations to office, much like we're doing here, and we now have 2 instructors in Florida to start doing seminars in Florida, and with the idea to link up with Canadian brokers here back and forth, all to help generate leads for everyone. So the handshakes, if you do not agree to allow those handshakes, and you'll see new handshake listings, 5, 10, 15, 20 in your to-do list, if you don't approve those, that means that there's listings that you could have had on your website that you don't have. That means people that are visiting your website could be missing the very property that they're looking for, and you can actually be missing doing deals and not even realize it. So yes, you want to update your handshakes on a regular basis. So important because the highest return on investment is in real estate, and one lead can make you a lot of money, and that's what this is all about. You know, it's a thought, people, that can make you a lot of money. And a thought is something that we learned from Bill Gates, myself personally, from reading his book At the Speed of Thought many, many years ago, back in the early 90s, where if you have a thought of something for sale and you can post it on the internet, for instance on ICIWorld, that you know of someone that has a property for sale, that's a thought. And if you can post it here and you get somebody who says, well, I've got a buyer for that, you can go back to that owner and say, listen, I do have someone that is interested. Is a 48-hour exclusive listing okay with you? And maybe we can go show it. And bingo, you can go show it and make money from a thought. So keep that in mind, that we're dealing in exclusive information that you cannot place on a real estate board. And think about it, the average person has less than 5 listings on a real estate board, but in terms of exclusive opportunities, you can have 15, 20 opportunities on ICIWorld, with the idea that you can always cover yourself with an exclusive listing before you show it. And it gives you inventory on the internet. The MLS system puts your listings on the internet. ICIWorld puts your listings on the internet. You may only be able to put 1 or 2 on with a real estate board because you don't have more than that, because MLS is very stringent. It requires every field to be filled in. You got to have a signed listing. But with ICIWorld, as you know, you can have open and exclusive listings. And one of the most hot topics right now in ICIWorld is coming for sale. Look for the properties coming for sale. You can get a jump on it. The salesperson knows they're getting a listing agreement in 1 or 2 or 3 weeks. Bingo, you can be getting a jump on seeing that listing. So this is your business. This is up to you to send buyers to your website. We can create the websites, but it's up to you to send buyers to your website. And then when you have a lead, close on an appointment to show a property and show it, write the offer, close the deal, make some money. And so promoting your website should be a passion that you should work on daily, and we're going to show you what we mean by that. In the regular, everyday duties that you do as a real estate salesperson in business, both personally and professionally, you can be handing out your business card to people and let them know, by the way, I got beautiful photos and color photos on my website and slideshow displays. I got exclusive listings that are not on the Toronto Real Estate Board, as well as listings on MLS, and you can search them from my website. People will want to go to your website if they can say, oh, you've got things that other brokers don't have. And that's what you want to be promoting, your whole website, even links to different things as well. Okay, let's move on. So a checklist to maximize things, there it is. You need to have your website optimized. That's one of the things we'll check if you're not generating leads. Links to listings is the key. There's going to be at least 10, we supply quite a few widgets for your website now. It's more than 6. Some of you that have been on the service for over a year or like longer than a year and haven't updated your website, you better, because we've got new widgets, new things coming out all the time, and you should be doing a consulting session a minimum of once a year with us to update yourselves, because if you add one more widget, it could be the FSBO widget, the for sale by owner widget. Yes, it's a widget. The for sale by owner listings, somebody might see that on your website, and because you all know that these are specially structured so people cannot click on them, that means people have to call you. Bingo, that triggers a lead. You can be doing a double ender. And so you log in a minimum of once a month. So this is the good news. Once everything's set up, once the website is built, it's built. It's like having an office building on the internet, a $10 million building on Yonge Street up near Steeles or whatever, and it's a building that's built to bring you in leads. The website is built to bring you in leads. Log into it a minimum of once a month. Check it out. Look after your to-do list. You should have a minimum, by the way, of 1 to 2 MLS listings on your website. And the reason for that is that other brokers will not approve you. You will not have as many handshakes if you don't have any MLS listings with at least 5 photos to contribute to the network like they do. If you have 0 listings, other brokers actually will block you. And if you go in to your community setting within your website and click on handshakes, you'll see that a lot of handshakes have not been done because they're waiting for you to have 1 or 2 listings, and then the handshake will go through. So get at least 1 or 2 MLS listings on your website. All of you should have the IDX link on your website to your local real estate board, no matter where it is, if it's available. But all of you should also have the DDF feed. Mark it down. DDF feed stands for Data Distribution Facility, and that means that when you hand in your MLS listing, it will automatically go onto your website. Another really good important feature to have. Make sure that when you put photos of your listings on, that you have at least 5 photos for each listing as well. And then you should have at least 15 listings from ICIWorld, at least 10 haves, and at least 5 wants. Everyone should have that. If you're not there, you're missing out. Get back to me. I'll show you the sources. All are for sale by owners. There's people in the paper tonight in your local newspaper trying to sell stuff privately. Call them up, ask them those 3 questions, and get them answered. If you don't know the 3 questions, go to the training videos. Number 2, you should mark it down. Every member should be skilled at handling information in the marketplace according to RICO. Follow the guidelines. Need help, just make an appointment with our office. Now, when you have a buyer, you should be programming those buyers onto your website, because an owner of a property might see all the buyers that you are connected to. And next thing you know, they might call you up and ask for that comparative market analysis because they see how well connected you are into the marketplace of buyers. And maybe you should be sending out lists of buyers to your sphere of influence. That will show people how well connected each of you are. You've made a decision to be connected into this stuff. Let them know about it. Give them a sense of the kinds of buyers that you have by having them either come to your website and click on the wants, or by actually copying and pasting it and putting it in an email and sending it out to the whole industry in the form of a newsletter. You can do that. And then you should add resources to help your customers. Resources, you can write it down, is number 14 in the training videos. Resources, number 14 in the training videos, giving enough time for you to write it down. And in the resources that everyone should have on their website, you go check your website now, you may only have 1 resource. Not good. You need to have at least 15 resources. When somebody moves into your area, and keep in mind immigration is around the 250,000 to 300,000 a year in Canada alone. I know we have brokers from all over the United States and Canada, but it's the same all over. New people coming into your area, do they know where the hospitals, the churches are? Do they know where the shopping is, where the police station is, where the schools, the community centers? All of these things we're recommending that you build into your resources, and guess what? It can stay there. That doesn't change. Once you've built your resources, you've got them. And so if you're dealing with some new customers and maybe they don't know how to calculate land transfer tax, have a resource for land transfer tax. Have a little calculator for mortgages. All of these things can be put into the resources very, very nicely. And linked to the local sports teams and the local events that are going on in the marketplace. And when you have special restaurant outings like Winterlicious and everything, you can put those links onto your website as an event. And people, you can tell them about it, and they go to your website, and your website starts to become more popular, and they start telling other people about it through their social media. Wouldn't that be nice? You get more people coming to your website. You become a source of information for all these various things. As a matter of fact, people, we drive traffic to your website through the links. We drive traffic to your website through the member roster. We tell the public, if you're looking in a certain area like Richmond Hill or Brantford or any place, go to our members' website, and they will have resources on that website that we don't have, that they will have because they are local brokers and know the area well. Put that information all on your website. This gets stronger and stronger every year as we do this. So we all know online that without listings, why should people call you? Because if you're driving traffic to an empty store, what good is it? If you're driving traffic to a website, and you don't have many listings, why should anybody call you? So let's move on. Now, the concept of structuring to hide addresses and contacts, MLS, of course, the addresses do show, and this is still helpful, especially when you have your own clients. Your own clients will buy a property through you no matter what. In fact, they will give you a list of 3 MLS numbers and say, can you set this up for me on the weekend? But I'm talking about other clients that maybe don't know you, they're prospects, that have maybe just cruised the internet or just visited your website somehow through social media or whatnot. I think it's important to have other properties that they cannot click on. That's one way to make them, if they have a strong enough curious instinct, and that's why the leads from ICIWorld should and can and are of a higher quality than normal, because number one, they have to make a call to you. Number two, they have 4 ingredients in the subject line that they already know. They know the city, they know the type of property, they know the price range, and there's a little bit of sizzle in every single one of your ads on ICIWorld. So if it's a home and it's near North York and it's $600,000 and it's over 2,000 square feet, that's pretty darn good. So they already know what it is. If it's a commercial property, it's the same way. But they do not know the address. And if they're looking in that price range, they're actually pretty crazy not to call you. Why? Because they could be missing out on the home of their dreams, and they're going to want to uncover that. So what people can't have is a driving force sometimes to have them call you. And if they don't want to call you, that's up to them. And you just let them go, and maybe they're working with another realtor. Maybe the other realtor will call you. Who knows? But the point is that it will trigger calls from people that are interested. Now, the links that you can have, these are some of the links that you can have on your website. You can have your own location, whether it's Miami, Fort Lauderdale, no matter Sarasota, Florida, up at the top. And again, you can have Toronto, Brantford, Windsor, whatever city it is in Ontario, and you can have Vancouver, Edmonton. You can have any city in the world, people, from the stuff that we do here. This is a world real estate brokers database, a world real estate brokers network to help you market your exclusive confidential information, as well as advertising your MLS listings as well. Now, the property search function, the 4th one down, that's an important one that a lot of people aren't using yet, and you should. If you're doing an open house on the weekend, bingo, you might find 2 or 3 people who are not working with other brokers. You can program them into your website to send out listings automatically. This is like a 24-hour attendant built into your website that will send out new listings to that prospect absolutely free, exclusive as well as residential. A lot of you belong to a real estate MLS service. The MLS service can actually do it as well, send out listings, but the MLS service cannot send out the exclusive listing, one of which might be the exact one they want to see. So by having the website send it out, you're going to get also the best of both worlds, having both MLS and exclusive being sent to them. And they can check out all these other all these other listings, and they will give you a call asking you for a message number. We had a broker one time. He said, Gary, I've had these people all year long asking me for a message number and hadn't a clue on what they were asking me. By golly, they were looking up these listings and calling them off his website. And when I said that to him, it was amazing. He had already sold 3 properties through the service and didn't realize where these message number inquiries were coming from, which results in leads to do referrals as well as direct business. So people wonder why sometimes we put all the listings in Ontario on your website. In the case of Ontario, or in the case of Florida, the same thing, all the listings in Florida, because that could end up triggering a call. And because you're licensed in your province or state, you can be doing referrals. If it's out of your market area, out of your level of expertise, just do a referral. And 5-minute referrals, as you know, are averaging between $3,000 and $10,000. The best one we know of is a gentleman out of Peterborough who has done 15 referrals a total of 75 minutes of his time, and he actually made $45,000. That was spread out over 6 months, but that's found money. That's very, very exciting, people. Now, you know, no one else will tell you these things. If you need more verification, call me, and we'll give you the names of these people. You call them up. And we've had brokers, some have called me, and we've given out the names, and they said, "You're absolutely right." In fact, we did a seminar in one office, and the people joined. When you start verifying some of these things. Let's move on. Okay, reasons why you're not getting leads. There they are. No traffic to your website. You need to promote your website. Some people feel you're just having a website is enough. The answer is no. You do have to promote it. The handshake's not up to date. Listings may not be framed within your website. That means that it's coming from within your website rather than going to a different page. And you know, here's another biggest, it's terrible. Are you available to give service when people want it? We've had people trying to get a hold of brokers that have got listings, and they can't even reach them. Can't even reach the brokers or the salespeople. Leaving messages, calls not returned. Terrible. Terrible service. How do you expect to do business if you're giving terrible service? I'm just giving you feedback. This is a workshop for licensed real estate brokers. Now, all of the things that we do cannot be taught in 90 minutes in today's session, but there is something that we can do. We can tell you what's important and where you can find the resources. That is actually more important, or as important, because we can discuss the importance of these things, let you know they are important, that you can make a lot of money for you and your families by doing some of these things, but we can't cover them in depth and in detail because it's only 90 minutes long. And so we've talked with some other instructors. We've also asked, in fact, at the end of this session, would you wish, or would you, I'm doing a survey here in this question, and I'm trying to state it, that if we held a one-day seminar on nothing but how to promote your website and the cost was $100, would you attend? I'm getting yeses from everyone, because that's really what it takes to go over this stuff. It takes a whole day to really do it. I'm highlighting, I'm skimming it, but I am highlighting what's important. Keep that in mind, that you can follow up on your own time. Starting with domain names, people, it's video number 17. If you haven't seen it, you must listen to the domain name video. It's 22 minutes long. And all of the videos, there's not just how to promote your website in video number section 15, but there's a series of videos, a series of links, both to Google, to Point2, and to other people who are recommending how to promote your website. There's a whole section on it in number 15 in the training videos on ICIWorld, including today's video. If it comes out good, hopefully it does. It will also be placed in there as well to kind of go over at any time. You're now in the workshop doing this, how to promote your website now. Now, these YouTube videos will also play not only on your computer, but on your BlackBerry, iPhones, and iPad, other devices. We do recommend to be careful. Make sure you use Wi-Fi. If you're using 3G or LTE, you will be using your plan. If you have a 3G plan and you listen to a bunch of videos, it can start to use up part of your plan. Keep that in mind. Contacting customer care, there is, people, a Point2 manual that in the manual has how to promote your website, all laid out for you. Mark that down. The Point2 manual, how to promote your website, is in the manual. If you have an issue trying to find it, you can call Point2 at 866-977-1777. Or you can call our office and we will help you. Any issues with anything, sometimes we'll delegate it to other people to call first. If you have any issues, we're always here to help you. Make sure you call us. Our number 416-840-6227. Now, you're going to see a reference to Realizate Resources, lead generation, social media, and more. And I'm going to click on that. You can write that down, ICIWorld.net. By the way, people, the ICIWorld.net is interchangeable with ICIWorld.com now. So you can go to .net or .com. They are interchangeable. Uh-oh, I think we're losing the internet here. Are we losing the internet?
Jerry, your audio has gone off.
I think it just did. I can see that. Are we back?
Off the last 2 minutes that you've been talking. Now you are.
Okay, so we're back. All right, if the last 2 minutes, let me see if I can go back, page up. I'll just cover this quickly, that it's we cannot hold a seminar for a whole day because that's really what it takes to cover the subject, how to promote your website. What we can do is highlight the important things. By the way, I'm repeating something here because the sound was down for 2 minutes, as I understand, and that we can highlight the important thing in today's session so that you can follow up on your own time. These highlights are very important. If you follow up on them, you will be able to take advantage of them. That's the most important thing we can do today, so to help you follow up. And as we said, section number 15 in the training videos on ICI World has a series of videos that you can see. Also information from Google, information from Point 2, and other links to informational things that can help you promote your website. Domain names, very important. Everyone should listen to training video number 17 in the training videos. Make sure that you play these videos using Wi-Fi, not your 3G or LTE program, because that will chew up your bandwidth. If you have a 3 gigabyte plan, it will start to chew into your 3 gigabyte plan. You're better off to listen to it with Wi-Fi if you're listening to it on one of these devices. The Point 2 also has a manual. Mark that down. There is a manual within your Point 2 website, and you should get into it. And one of the sections is how to promote your website. Make sure you get into it. They have a step-by-step procedure on how to do it as well. So keep in mind, people, all of these things are there for you to learn. It's not that they're not there anymore for you. They're all there for you to learn. Now, we also have a list of references here. You can mark this down, ICIWorld.net/real estate resources. And I'm going to go ahead and click on, in fact, I wonder if I can, I have to go ahead and click on that right now, and we can get into it. And you'll see that real estate resources comes up, and this is the PowerPoint presentation. I believe that we're actually, this is a PowerPoint from our educational program that we did in Collingwood at one time for a real estate board. Reasons to work with a realtor. Why not have reasons to work with a realtor in your resources on your website? Why not? Why not? Maybe you could have the world stats. If you clicked on world stats, this will show you how important the internet is, and you'll see, whoopsie daisy, let me close that newsletter thing. You'll see that all of the world population is over 7 billion, and internet users is 2.4 billion. It's over that now because this was from 2012. And the number of mobile devices on the planet Earth now exceeds the number of humans on the planet Earth. So there's more mobile devices. That's the big revolution going on now, is the mobile revolution. That's what's going on now. Okay, let's move on. So there's other resources in there for you. I didn't cover them all, but you'll see computer tips, social media, other education resources here. There's a real estate encyclopedia, advertising guidelines, ICI World resource links, more links for all different kinds of things, other seminars that we do, and you can even make suggestions. There's the time required. After all is said and done today, there's really 3 things you need to do, and you'll see that you must log into your website once a month, add in search listings from time to time, and then promote the content on your website on a regular basis. If you were to sum it up, this is what you want to do. Log into your website once a month, update your to-do list, Add in search listings from time to time. Get yourself up to the minimums, at least 2 or 3 on your point 2 website minimum, and at least 15 on ICIWorld. Update them every month. And then promote your website with a passion. Let's move on. So that'll tell you more about that in that. Make sure everybody's got that down. It's a great follow-up for you. Now the next thing is how to promote your website. These are some of the videos. For instance, how to market your website from point 2. This is in the manual that's in point 2. And you'll see you can generate results from your website by doing these things. Anyone who has had a point 2 website and let it go, didn't make money, didn't do any of these things or didn't do them. Well, you got to consider doing them. And by the way, people, I'm saving the best for last here. You will be able to get your website to the top of the search engine within 48 hours. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to give you $100. I'm not giving it to you. I'm going to show you how to get $100 as a credit towards doing pay-per-click. And I'll do that a little further on. We're coming up to it. Okay, let's move on. So, particularly important, having all of these listings, driving traffic comes profitable. That's standard things. There are many ways. And we also ask each and every one of you, if you wish to contribute, please let us know. From a professional point of view, it's very good of you when you do that. And so it starts with a domain name. Having the word your community, whatever it is, and the word real estate in your domain name, because that is one of the things people search. Do they search the word real estate? Do they search home for sale? Do they search, different things like that? We want to analyze what it is that people search. And if you can include what I call the big 5. Now, this big 5 is particularly important. In fact, we went to a search engine convention. We spent $4,000. You've heard this before, some of you, going to the Las Vegas Hilton Convention Center to a world search engine convention. We were going from 7 in the morning till 7 at night. And we were going in, there was 1,000 search engine people. They're geeks, we call them. And there was only 2 real estate people in the whole group. There was one from California and myself from Toronto. And in this, we were getting sessions from Microsoft Networks, from Yahoo, from Google. Vice President of Google was there. And they were talking and stating how to make a website relevant so that when Google and other spiders and search engines come out, they check your website for what we call keywords, meta tags, and descriptions, the domain name, the first thing on the page. There's different things they search. And I'm going to go through these things that they search. And to be quite honest, one of the lessons is so simple, but if you don't know it, it doesn't help. And I'm going to be sharing the big 5 with you today. And I'm going to suggest that you now make a number 1 to 5 on a sheet of paper and mark this down. These are the big 5 that is it costs $4,000 to learn just this one thing, and it can help you start to rise in the search engines of the world. And we've got people that are doing it. We've got members that are getting to the top in their community. And Toronto is a little harder to do, but I'll show you how to get up there. But you're going to have to use some money to do that one. But other ways, you want to get there in what we call an organic or free fashion, an organic fashion where it just comes up naturally because your website is more relevant to people searching real estate in your community than any other website that's out there. And that's what we're going to come to here now and show you how to do it. The first one is the domain name. Mark that down, domain name. If you can have at least one of your domain names with the word real estate in it, and your community. So if it's Miami real estate, whatever your community is, that's what you want. If it's Brantford real estate, you want to get that into a domain name. How do you do it when BrantfordRealEstate.com is already gone? Well, you could try BrantfordRealEstateInfo.com, BrantfordRealEstateHelp.com, by Brantford Real Estate. Those are the kind of things you could use for your community, no matter where it is in the world, the same concept to come up with a domain name. That will help. So when the search engine searches the domain name, bingo, already it's got a list of sites that look relevant to what people are searching for. All right, let's move on. Now you can have more than one domain name pointed to your website. You can have, and if you want, a lot of our people are using GoDaddy. We've had the odd complaint from some of our members with GoDaddy on service, but I've always found them to be available 24 hours a day. Sometimes you have to wait on hold. They do have some specials. When you first buy a domain name for $9.99, here's another tip. If you buy it for 10 years, Google gives it a little more importance. So if you buy say your website is exactly equal with your competitors, but the only thing different is that you paid for 10 years and they paid for 1, your website will come up higher. Now, the length of a domain name is important. That's why we're going back to using ICIWorld.com, because we were the first real estate service on the internet to use that domain name in 1994. So that name carries a lot of weight in Google. So we've switched over. But during the switchover, we dropped off of the internet because of various reasons, because of different domain names and different websites coming up, and it sort of got screwed up a little bit. And now we've worked our way back, all the way back from being bounced off there, from being at the top of the search engines for 18 years, and then all of a sudden getting bounced off. But what I see going forward is a lot more competition, so I want to now start using our strength of our domain name, which is something that we've learned. And having a domain name that's been around since 1994 can really help people find things on the internet. And by golly, is it ever doing it, because I'm hearing the testimonials from virtually everyone on the service making connections to do deals. But now we're back to the second and third and up to the first page, and getting right back to the top again, and we're optimizing things. And so having a length of domain name can also help as well. Now we're going to cover, we've got number 1 covered, is domain names. Now, I'm going to jump to this. People say, we've got domain names. Having yourself come up in the search engine on the internet is one way to generate leads, but it's only one way. There's actually 40 different ways for you to generate leads. Handing out your business cards is a way to trigger leads, but not just handing out a business card and saying you got a website, because people are busy. Why should they go there? But if you tell them what you have on your website, and do you really know how many apartment buildings, if you have any? Do you know how many homes you have in different cities throughout Ontario? Do you know how many buyers you have for certain types of properties? So you should check out how many you are. So when you're talking to people, and you can say that I've got, new homes coming in daily. I've got new condos coming in that are exclusive. I've got assignments on my website that are not on real estate boards. And you start talking to them about the power of sales that you have. That's going to trigger leads for your website, how you hand out your business card. If you're talking to if you go to a restaurant and don't hand out your business card to the restaurant owner, you're missing an opportunity to get them to go to your website. You have over 200 restaurants on your website. Let them know about them, buyers and sellers. And if you're ever thinking of buying or selling a restaurant, visit my website, or maybe you know of any of your colleagues, let them know. And you have a way of confidentially marketing things. Let them know that. Leave them your business card. You're talking to a builder. Builders are always looking to buy land, infill sites, draft plan approved lots. Let them know you've got 600 pieces of development land on your website. They're going to want your business card. They will grab for it if you're in a group, because they want to make sure they're not overlooking something, and the majority of these are not on real estate boards. So if they want information, they'll have to call you. And this is the thing that you should put on promotional material as well, that you have exclusive listings as well. The key is to tell them that you have thousands of residential and commercial ads. If you put an ad in a newspaper, you're advertising one property and you're spending hundreds of dollars or whatever it is. why not put a little line under every single ad from now on when you advertise someplace and put your website and say thousands of residential and commercial real estate listings, exclusive and MLS. Add that one little line to the bottom of your website with the website address, and bingo, you watch. People will start going to it. And tell them about the new information coming in daily, because that is what brings people back to your website. So it's the content that we're talking about. This encourages them to visit your website. Let them know that you have buyers as well, because they're more inclined to list with you if they see how well connected you are in the marketplace of buyers. Okay, now you can mark this down. Number 2, meta tags. Meta tags are what's going on behind or underneath what you see on your website. There's a whole other, a whole bunch of URLs and coding that is going on the page that everybody sees. One of them is called the meta tags. So you want to put the key words. If it's Brantford Real Estate, you want to make sure that's not only in your domain name somehow, but also in your meta tag. And number 3, mark down description. You should also have it in the description. I'm going to ask someone here shortly if we could log into your website. In fact, if someone can get their website up on the screen on your own computer and be logged in to your own website, you can offer your website as an example, and we will go in and look at the domain name, meta tags, and description that you have. And if you want to volunteer your site, you can unmute yourself and let me know. Now, the next time someone searches these words in the search engine, not only will the search engine find your domain name, the meta tags, and the description that matches the description of what people are looking for, but you have a better match. Someone offering their website? Hello? Can someone offer their website? Someone that can be logged in on their computer?
Heather.
Heather, are you?
Sherman.
Can you
Hi,
be
Heather.
logged in to your website?
I'm trying to get to it. Just give me a second.
Okay, well, you go ahead and keep doing it until you get in. Let me know. In the meantime, I want to continue on in order to get through. But when you have it ready, let me know.
Yeah.
In the meantime, sponsored links is another big, big way, people. Let me ask everyone a question. If you paid $1 per click, in other words, if you paid $1 to have somebody click on that domain name, go to your website, see a listing, call you up, and you go sell it and make $5,000, was it worth it? Of course, the answer is yes. So what you can do is set up a pay-per-click session, and I'm going to suggest with Google. And let's say that you set a budget of $50 or $100 a month with Google. And let's say it's $1 a click. What's going to happen is people will search things, and we're going to go and do that now. We're going to go to, oopsie daisy, let me just close that. Oopsie daisy, I closed the wrong one, so we're really lost when we get back, but that's okay, I can get back. We're going to go here, and we're going to search Brantford Real Estate, and I'm going to do a search. Now, the listings that are coming up, the very first one you'll see has a light, you can't even see it, I can hardly see it, it's sort of a light pinkish background. And you're going to see ads related to real estate in Brantford. Nobody else is doing it. These are coming up in a natural fashion. They don't cost anything. This one here does cost. We don't know how much it costs. It could be as little as 10 cents. It could be as much as $5. In Toronto, some brokers are spending $1,000 a month for advertising. However, they're making $300,000 a year. So I have a question. Would you spend $12,000 a year if it was helping you to make $300,000? Of course, the answer is yes.
It's there now.
Okay, stay with it.
There?
I'll be with you shortly, Heather.
Okay.
Thank you so much for offering your website. I'll be switching over to your website in a moment. Are you logged into your website? You need to be
I
logged in.
did the
If you're
pump.
not logged in, I'm
Sorry.
not interested, but get
Sorry.
yourself logged in.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Thank you so much. Don't be sorry. You're
Okay.
doing good. Thank you for trying, and thank you for offering very much. So you'll see that this ad in Brantford is coming up. Now, I'll tell you the truth, people, this is fantastic for people in Brantford. This is great news. I only see one ad. There's no competition here. You could bid $100, and if it's 10 cents an ad, that means 10 clicks for every dollar. You could end up having 1,000 clicks, and you still haven't used $100. Now, if somebody sees this ad, this does not cost any money. People, this does not cost money to see your website come up first for this city. What costs money is if... Okay, thank you so much. Stay there. I'll be with you shortly.
Okay.
What costs money is if somebody clicks on Brantford Real Estate, that's when it costs you. So if you had bid 10 cents per ad with Google, it will cost you 10 cents off your budget. People will go to your website. Now I have a question for everybody. Would you pay 10 cents to Google to get somebody to go to your website? Obviously, the answer is yes. Now the question becomes, would you pay $1 to somebody to go to your website? Well, if they bought a home and you made $5,000, obviously the answer is yes. Would you pay $10 per click? If the people ended up going to your website and purchased and you made $10,000, even if you paid $10, $50, $100 per click, the key is, are they buying properties from you? That's the measurement, people. So in other words, how do you measure whether what I'm talking about makes sense? You measure it, are you getting the calls? So I'm going to suggest to you that all of you open up an account with Google. And when you open the account with Google, I'm going to give you a tip. They are offering $100 free to people to advertise on Google. To start off, $100. So attending this session, you just picked up a $100 tip to save on advertising with Google. And you can be coming up within 48 hours. Why I'm excited, excited for Brantford, there's only one person here that's advertising. I'm telling you, some communities are totally asleep at the wheel. Some brokers are just not plugged in. People, everyone here online is on the cutting edge of technology. It's being rolled out to the industry. Eventually more people will learn this stuff, but right now there's only one broker that's advertising. That means you don't have to try to outbid that person per click to get to the top. Now, I caution everyone, make sure you have a limit, because if you bid $1 and 1,000 people clicked on it, you could end up owing Google $1,000. You want to make sure that you set a budget of $100, $200, $300, $50 a month, something. I suggest everyone try it out for 3 months, a 3-month campaign. When people, and if you're getting through and your budget is going down, down, and the money's getting used up, and you're not getting any calls, I would like you to call me, and I'd like the both of us to call Google and say, listen, we're not getting any calls. We have listings on our website that people can't click on. So how can this many people be going to my website without calling me? It's impossible. There's something not working if that's happening. Now, I'm going to suggest that in this case, you don't even need to have the most popular search term. You could have a search term that searches a neighborhood. If it happens to be Distillery District, Toronto, High Park area, Toronto, you're going to get a lot less hits, but they could be very, very good. If somebody's searching a certain place like Meadowvale Real Estate in Mississauga, they're looking to be there. If your website comes up for those key words, and you can have many keywords, Google will help you. Why do they help you? Because the more keywords you have, the more money they're making for every click. That's how Google is getting richer in the world, because they're helping every one of you compete with each other. That's sort of the way it's working, and they seem to be doing pretty good at it. And so that's how pay-per-click works. Set a budget, get $100 credit free, just ask them for it and say, ICIWorld mentioned it, that I can get $100 free. And any problems getting it, you let me know. If they change their plan, I need to know. Okay, now we're going to switch over and show you how to meta tags and keywords, and I'm going to switch over to Heather Sherman. Heather, here we go.
Hi.
I'm going to make you the presenter now. If you could please show your screen. And thank you for doing this. And you'll see that Heather has a brand new website which is optimized, people, for a mobile device. Now, let me just pop over here. I'm also going to ask Heather, you're not logged into the website. You have to go down to the bottom of the website and log in.
Oh.
I'm also going to request keyboard and mouse control, if you could answer yes to that.
Yeah.
Okay, go down to the bottom of the website, and you got to click on sign in down at the bottom.
Okay, that's where I was going to ask you where that was.
Okay, good. See if you can get logged in, and we hope that you don't have any login problems. If you do, too bad. But it's working, I think. Oh, good show. We got in smooth. Nicely done. Okay, so we're now logged into the website, and you will see there's a take your hand now off the mouse, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You'll see a to-do list over here on the right-hand side, people. That's the first thing you must do. And you're going to notice that right away there is an SEO tutorial. What does that stand for? It stands for Search Engine Optimization. In fact, you know something? I'm going to click on it and show it to you right now. There it is, people.
I'm so glad you're doing that. I'm so glad you're doing that. I've been wondering where it was all the time you were talking.
And there it is right on the screen almost. Okay, now I'm not going to go into it. I told you today we're at 12:17. I have 13 minutes left. This should be a whole day seminar. And the only way to do that is to get a room and $100 and the whole works. You know the story and how it's done. And someday we've had requests to do it. We haven't done it yet. Maybe we will. But I like teaching it through the internet. Hopefully you can take advantage of it. But I know I have requests for people to do a whole day complete with manuals that we can hand out. But we've got a lot of printouts. People, in training videos number 15 on ICIWorld, there are printouts that you can print out. All the resources I gave you, ICIWorld.net/real estate resources, there's printouts there. There's things to learn, and there's a tutorial here. We can't go into it. We only have limited time here. We've already used up over an hour of your time. What the importance of today is to get excited. Get excited, because one lead can make you money. One little promotion to one person can make you money, and then you can go onto the internet and work with Google to provide more leads and do it that way. You could do it in your newsletters, in your social media. All of this you can be doing. Now, what I want to do is do something else. I'm going to go to the optimization of a website. Every single person online needs to be optimized, because we have not spent the time with any of you to do optimizations. You will see that this is called a home page. These are all the pages that you can edit on your website. We are going to edit Heather's website, the home page. We're going to go to a thing here called page settings. Bingo. Here it is, people. So Heather, at the moment, you have a HeatherShermanRealtor.com name. That's for people that know you. We recommend everyone have at least 3 domain names. One name is for people that know you. They can remember HeatherShermanRealtor.com. They don't even have to write it down. They can remember your name, go to your website. But to get new business off the internet for your area, and what area are you located in, Heather?
If you look at the front of my web page, I have some other web addresses.
Okay, but I want to see what community.
I have Toronto. If you look at the front, I've got Toronto Real Estate Guru.
Okay, but those aren't areas, Heather. So I'm gonna enlighten you now that those are names that you have. That's fine. But if somebody searches, let's say, Now, what area of Toronto do you live in?
I live in Thornhill.
Thornhill. If
Mhm.
somebody searches Thornhill real estate, if I was in a class, I would say, would it find this website?
It's already registered.
I'm going to show
I
you how
tried.
you can have a name,
Okay.
Thornhill Real Estate.
Okay.
Okay? And what
Yep.
you do, as long as you have the name Thornhill and Real Estate in the domain name,
Right.
then you're going to have a Thornhill Real Estate domain name.
Right.
And it could be thornhillrealestateguru.com.
Right. But it's already, well, Thornhill Real Estate is already, GoDaddy already had it.
We know that, but I'm
Yeah.
suggesting you modify the name to thornhillrealestateguru.com.
Right.
That you're following the theme
Yeah.
of Guru.
Right.
So why not do that? Other people could go thornhillrealestatehelp.com. You're probably too late.
Right.
Somebody's already got it.
Yeah. probably.
Thornhillrealestateinfo.com. How about buy Thornhill Real Estate? How about
Right.
Thornhill Real Estate, the number 4, the letter U.com. So in other words, there's ways to modify a domain name, which are explained in the training video, people, number 17 on ICIWorld. It's already
Good
explained
idea.
there. Thank you. Okay, let's go to the page settings. Now, I'm going to suggest that you might want to have this website optimized for Thornhill. Is that okay? Because if you try to do too many areas on one page, what Google and everybody else has told us is that you water down the effectiveness because you're trying to do too much at once. You cannot do the whole Greater Toronto area. If somebody searches Concord, Markham, all of these different cities, Vaughan, etc., you got to sort of concentrate on one to get to the top of the search engine for that. Now, if you do pay per click, different story, you'll come up for anything.
That's right. I'm going to do pay-per-click.
Okay, but before we do that, we want to optimize your website in a natural fashion. And because there's millions that come up for Toronto, it's kind of hard to get up there until you have incoming, outbound links, all kind of other things going on that we haven't even got to yet. So I'm going to suggest to optimize this website. First of all, I'm taking up time from the rest of the seminar, and I need to ask a question.
I don't want to change.
Heather, just one moment, please.
Okay.
I'm going to unmute. Can everyone unmute themselves and get ready to mute themselves back? 1 second here. Do you want me to go ahead and optimize this website? It should take me less than 3 minutes, but we will go over the 12:30 mark. Can I get some feedback from everybody on the line? Just a yes or a no?
I have to leave, so I won't be able to.
Okay, that's one. Anybody else?
Okay.
I got one yes. Another one? Anybody else?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I'm getting some yeses here.
Yes.
To kind of say yes to the optimization. So I'm going to do it quickly here, if I may. You can all mute yourselves again, except for Heather. Thank you. Now I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to suggest that we type in Thornhill area. Thornhill homes, condos, and commercial real estate. How's that?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, do you also get into any other city, Thornhill, Richmond Hill as well?
Stouffville.
Okay, so is that let's say if we were only to have one or two. Can we say Thornhill and Stouffville
Yes.
area? How about Thornhill? Let me see, Stouffville and area. How's that? Homes,
Yes.
condos. I'll even say, just to let people know that you do it all, I'll put the GTA in there. How's that?
Yeah. That's fine.
In commercial real estate. So now this whole subject line is the page title. That's one of your 5 items, people. Mark down title. That'll be number 4 the way we've got it, because we've already put meta tags, which you'll see is the meta keywords and the meta description. We've already got description. So these are the 4 things. So I'm copying that. I'm going to put it right here, pop it into the beginning, and pop it into the beginning. Now, When Google comes out, somebody searches Stouffville real estate, there is the word Stouffville, there is the word real estate. There is the word Stouffville, there is the word real estate. There is the word Stouffville, and there is the word real estate. Got it? I would register a name, Stouffville Real Estate, as well. You got it?
Yep.
Okay, now let's go down and just save
Gary?
this. Go ahead. Question, who's that?
It's Marvin.
Marvin, come in. Go ahead, Marvin.
I just wanted to know where I have a Point2 website as well. Where did you go to to do that modification? I'm just trying to figure it out.
All right. I'm on the page. I'm going to go back to the office. This is what you see when you log in. Let's go right back to when you log in. This is what you see.
Yeah, that's where I am on my website right now.
Okay, very good. So what you want to do is go up here to websites. Click on that. And then we're going to click on edit on the left-hand side right there. I'm not going to do it until you say okay. Can you see it?
Bingo.
Okay. You got to edit, and then you go to page settings.
Okay.
Now, watch this, people. We're optimized for your home page at this point, Heather. But look at all the other pages that you have.
Right.
So could we theoretically optimize other pages? The answer is yes. I can't go into it now. We got to finish up today's session. I got 3 minutes left and more than that to finish. But it gets you going. All I can do is open up your mind. That's all we're intended to do today. It's not a thorough thing. If you think this should be a more elaborate presentation, then send me an email and we might make a special thing of it. In the meantime, people, I'm so sorry. I have to get back on track here. So I'm actually going to go back to ICIWorld. Here we go. And because I accidentally closed the presentation, I'm actually going to have to go through and find it. Hopefully I can do it fairly quickly with a little bit of luck. There it is. And there's a quick review that you're going to see as we're going through, a quick review of what we've done today. And you'll see we've covered social media, why you must promote with a passion every day. Links to listings is a key. There's a to-do list. Have listings on your website. And there's links there. People can mute your phone. Somebody, I don't know if it's Marvin or someone, mute your phone, please. Training videos. We're getting some feedback here. There's the
Marvin,
real estate
can you close your mic?
Okay, that's good. Thank you, people. And what are ways to promote your website? There's lots of resources here. There's video on domain names. Starts with how to hand out your business card. Make that important. You tell people what's on your business card. We're doing a review here. When you put an ad in a newspaper, make sure you put an extra line. I got thousands of exclusive and MLS listings on my website, residential and commercial. Encourages people to go there. The meta keywords and keywords, we've just done that. By the way, are we missing number 5 on the list? Anybody?
Yeah, I think we are.
Okay, I'm saving that. Now, when you open up an account with Google AdWords, they will give you a keyword search tool. You get into it with them, and they will show you all the searches that have been done for the month, how many you've had, what the keywords were. They'll give you all the totals, and then you can decide what the keywords you want to use. That will be given to you when you sign up for a Google advertising account. Okay, let's move on. You can have more than one website. They are like billboards. If you have a product that you want to market in, say, Toronto, is it better to have 1 billboard or 5 billboards? Websites are like billboards, but you can also link them. You can link your websites together where you only need 1 domain name on your business card. When people go there, they can see the other domain names and go to the other website. Say, please feel free to visit my other website. It has different features which you can take advantage of. Fax multicast, putting your website address in every single email that you send out should have your website address. If you're not doing it, it's called a signature file. You should have it. Newsletters, You can make up one in a newsletter, send it out once a month. This is very, very effective to generate leads for your website. If you send out a monthly newsletter to all of your database, send that out to them. Joining associations, joining groups. If you put a broker, say a mortgage broker's link onto your website, ask him to put a link on his website back to you. So you start doing reciprocal links with other people, and somebody visits maybe another website of someone else you know, they see the real estate site, bingo, they go to your real estate site. It's because of the link was on someone else's website. So link to related professionals and other people. Social media, we've talked about it. Get all these things working. It's going to bring inbound leads to your website. Publicity, advertising, different things going on. Get involved with charities and things like that, helping out your communities. That can bring traffic and people get to know you. Studying keywords. Don't try to trick the search engines. You can get bounced out of the whole game because of that. Finding keywords, do it with Google. They have the search tool. Linking to other sites is good. Reciprocal links, we just talked about that. There they are. There's some of the other links. You can go to the local city hall, get your website listed as a business in the community. Now somebody's actually unmuted themselves, unless you can ask a question. I suggest you mute your phone for the moment. Hang on one second here. Okay, thank you. And City Hall, real estate associations, ICIWorld has we've already covered that. Domain names. Set up an appointment with us to design domain names and be logged into your website. Call anytime. What else have we got here? That's just this is a reporter who reports on websites. At one time, websites were totally ugly, but they've all gotten so nice. I can even take that down. We don't need it anymore. But he has some things. Websitesthatsuck.com. You could write that down if you want to see websites that are not very good. He's a journalist. He's probably got a lot of good ways to promote websites there now too. I haven't visited his website lately, but he probably could have some good stuff there. Website advertising checklist. Be careful to make sure that you're RICO compliant, that you have the word brokerage on your website, that you're a sales rep. Those kind of things are very, very important. You could also go onto Google and say how to promote your website, and bingo, you get all kinds of suggestions worldwide. Oh my God, you can spend a month on that, but there's a wealth of free information as well just by searching Google for the words how to promote your website. No member should go longer than 90 days without generating leads. Otherwise, you give us a call. That's our pledge. There's your $100 worth of advertising. You can get it from Google. There is a survey that is going to come up after we sign off. I think it gets sent to you by email. I really would appreciate your feedback in consideration of us taking our time to kind of do this with you. Now I'm going to show you something that has just been told to me and have been announced, and we've got it on our website now. I'm going to go to ICIWorld.com. I'm going to click on something else special here. Hopefully it's coming up within the next hour. Come on now, it's chugging away. So it's the internet. I hope I haven't lost you. Are you still there verbally? I hope so.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. But in the marketplace, I'll click on that right now. There's going to be something coming up. There's an announcement for an event on February 1st and 2nd. They are going to cover marketing like they say has never been covered before. And you're going to see it right there. It's by a mentor who has helped coach some of the most important people in the world. And this seminar is coming up February 1st and 2nd in Burlington. It's a 2-day event. They say it's worth $3,000. They're giving it free. As you know, nothing's free. At the end of the seminar, they'll be asking for money to sign up for different programs. I think it's $2,000 to $8,000 or some darn thing, which to some people can absolutely make use of it. To others, you will benefit from being there for 2 days. So I'm recommending, I've been to some of these other ones. I haven't been to this one, but I'm going to go to this one. So ICI World will be attending this particular seminar. There it is there. This particular mentor that's going to be there has actually been a mentor to a lot of the mentors. He's a mentor of the mentors. And he's going to be there, and he's going to be talking about all of these things. You can come back, register for it. These are your free tickets to go there. If you click on this particular thing, it'll take you to this page, and you can click on some of these videos to learn about it. But it includes how to promote your website. And so marketing strategies, all about marketing. It's actually a great time to get invigorated by the enthusiasm from some of these people. They will be probably asking for money at the end of it, but the 2 days will be full of things that you can learn to help promote your website. You can register for this Passion to Profit by just putting in your name and registering from there. So I'm giving you that to do as well. I will be there for that 2-day event as well. That concludes our session for today. I am going to sign off now, and I'll handle a few questions at the end if you wish, but I'm going to sign off now from ICIWorld. For further information on ICIWorld, how to promote your website, simply for people that will be seeing this, visit ICIWorld.com. Everything is here, how to join, what's involved for members, all the services, and for the public as well. That concludes our session for today. Have a great day and a great week. Safe drive home, except some of your people are already home. So that's...
I want to ask you, does Point 2 have a system where they can count how many people have viewed my website?
Yes, there is actually a statistical program within your website that you can see the traffic.
Okay, that's good to know.
Okay, so one thing that you learned was the meta tags. Very good. Excellent.
That's right.
By the way, there was a fifth item that I didn't tell you about, and that is the first line on your website
Yes.
that welcomes people should be in bigger letters than normal and bolded. Google will actually search the bold command on the first letter of your front page and see if it's part of the meta description and meta tags and the keywords. And if it's there, it really knows that your website is relevant. So that's the final thing. Bold. The first line on your welcome page.
Can you show me?
Yes, we can maybe do that.
I'm
going to do it.
back-
Just give me
I'm
your
back in.
website address, please.
HeatherShermanRealtor.com.
Okay. And you see how you've got here your source for Toronto real estate?
Yes.
Make that your source for Toronto, GTA, Thornhill, and Stouffville real estate.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes. Thank
That's
you.
that. Comments from other people before you leave? Anyone else?
This is Julie Gary.
Yes, Julie, go ahead. Thank you.
Can email us the PowerPoint presentation. I know it's a lot of stuff, just hard to remember.
Yes?
Is that possible for you to email us the presentation?
Yes, you will be able to see a copy of this presentation in the training videos on ICIWorld. I'll show you where it is. You click on ICIWorld.
I know that. Yeah.
Okay, and log in, and way down here are the training videos. And I'll put them under item numbers 15, and there they are. There's the one from December, August, July. You'll see them all. They all can be valuable to you. This is all how to promote your website, how to market your website, website optimizer overviews from Google, search engine optimization from Google. There's a whole wealth
Bye,
of
Gary.
items here. Okay, bye now,
Bye,
Helen.
Gary.
Okay, anyone else? Comments on today's session? One thing that you learned. How about Marvin?
I learned a fair bit about modifying my website, which I have a long way to go. I'm still trying to understand how to get into it and do all the things. But I just so you should know, I've got daily updates, handshake agreements. I add listings, and in the short period of time that I've been on the system, I have hundreds and hundreds of clicks and views. What's the difference between a click and a view?
Well, somebody might read the listing, and if they're really interested, they'll click on it to view it.
Oh, I see. So one is just a cursory
Yes.
pass through, and the other one is a more interested look.
Yes. Very good.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate that. If there's not anyone else asking questions or offering one thing that they learned, how about Christabel? Did you learn anything today, you feel, or no? Are you there, Christabel? How about Baljet? Are you there? Shyamel, are you there? Okay, some people maybe officially already have gone. That's it for today, people. Have a great day.